to the Dusty Road Podcast, where the conversations are real, stories are raw, and the map, yeah, we tossed that out miles ago. I'm Dusty, just a dude with a mic, joint, and way too many questions. Each week, sit down with the weird, the wild, and the wonderful. Musicians, misfits, and everyday people with stories that deserve to be heard. So kick back, roll one if you got one, and let's take the long way round. This is Dusty Roads. Welcome, episode number 3 of the Dusty Roads podcast. I got a very special guest with me today. I got Pauly. You guys know him on Twitter. He's pretty famous on there. Him and his dad. He's a songwriter. He's a musician, songwriter, comedian. He does some writing. He's a Leaf fan. He does designs, card collecting, many stuff. We're going to get into all that fun stuff. Anyway, how's it going, Pauly, man? How you doing tonight?
Great. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure.
You nailed the intro. I mean, I'm a nerd. Card collecting. Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. I love it.
It's
me too, a lot of fun, right? It's passion project, learning how to do all this. It's,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So we're gonna get right in. We're gonna go right into your musician life first. So when did music first grab a hold of you, man?
Trying to think, what always comes up is I don't know if you remember Columbia House records, those CDs that at least my dad used to buy, these CDs that I don't understand how they made money, but you'd pay $10 a month and you'd get 15 records or 20 records or whatever. Might be more.
Those things. Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember
those things. I don't really ever remember anyone that actually did it. So your dad.
Oh, my dad had a huge binder this thick of just stacks of CDs. Honestly, it was so. I remember just listening to Aerosmith, Smokey Robinson, Oasis, Frankie Valli, Beatles. It was just all over the place. So I feel I always had a very versatile, broad range of music that I loved. And my dad was a huge influence on just what got me into it, because he used to play guitar around the house and sing. And he actually kind of got me into recording, because he would sing with his friend Barry, and they'd go over to his friend's house and record, and he'd bring me along and I'd jump in on tracks and play guitar. And that was more when I got into guitar in grade 9, and then started really learning actually how to play music and how to write and stuff, rather than just loving music. And so I know I'm speed running this a little bit, but yeah, from grade 9, learned guitar, loved it, pretty much never stopped playing after that. And then
got really in high school.
Yeah, I was actually I used to play actually at the in the church, because I went to a Catholic high school. So whenever we'd have mass, I just, no disrespect, I just didn't want to sit in the mass. So I'd rather just play guitar. So I would just volunteer and learn all the fun church chords and play the songs, because church music is pretty awesome, to be honest. So that's one thing I love about that, actually. And
absolutely,
yeah. would just play the music. That's always something I loved about going to church when I was a kid. I was not religious. I'm not religious at all, but I just love music. So that's something that I connected with.
Your first connection really to music and playing in front of people and
honestly probably was actually around that time, performing in my choir at school, and just being in the background, not really, didn't have crazy confidence, was just learning guitar, but trying chords, having fun with it. And then I started a band in, I think, grade 12 or just after high school. And that was when I really kind of dove into okay, I'm going to start writing and putting myself out there, singing and I listen
Mhm.
back now and like I was just like cringing a little bit at how I sounded, but you got to start somewhere. So
Everybody's got to start somewhere, right? And like I I have this thought where when you first start something, you're never going to be great at it.
no, never.
And that's what makes the people who are great at things truly great because they put the time behind their craft and, like they put that time. No one's there to see the hours and hours and hours of practice.
Oh, 100%. I think I totally agree with you. And I think what separates people who like just want to keep learning is like loving something so much that you're like aware that you probably suck, or you're at least striving to
Mhm.
keep getting better, so that motivates you. But
Yeah,
also
absolutely.
your taste is so good that that's what I want to reach. I want to sound like Dallas Green, and I still don't sound like Dallas Green, but that's what I want to sound like. So every day
It's like an influence, right?
it's literally just I'm always like
Yeah.
closing the gap, and I'll never probably get there. But if I can just
Yeah,
keep closing the gap a little bit and a little bit, I'm still gonna get better. So like it's a win-win, right?
exactly.
So
You want to
that's
keep
kind of
pushing yourself and like, yeah, set your goals to us what you aspire to be, right?
absolutely, yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like you can't, and honestly, like you really have to just be like super critical, not defensive at all. But at the same time, it's this like tough line where you have to understand like how to vet feedback and like who is just being a hater
Mhm.
and who's also trying to
Well,
help you, and you have to listen. Like you got to be self-aware, which it's tough when you're an artist because you're putting a lot
ex
out there.
yeah, for
And like
sure. I gotta just like anything, right? Like you want to try and be your own harshest critic on something, but then you don't want to really hear someone else like totally rip it apart, right? Like you could be as mean as you want to yourself on something, but
yeah,
it
especially when
takes
you're done, it's not even like a revision. It's like, oh, that was published, like that was like those
yeah,
were the final choices I made on something, like
yeah,
for sure. And I think too what I've learned is don't expect someone who loves like only rap music to love my music. Like it's okay that
mhm,
they don't. And don't try to get that validation. Like just try to find your authentic audience, and that's probably not going
exactly,
to be your friends. It's okay. Like you can't expect all your
exactly,
friends to be your only fans at your shows anyway, right? Like
yeah,
for me, I
exactly,
love playing like a random coffee house and someone from my community saw it on Instagram and comes out and says, "Oh, hey, I saw your poster and I came to see you." And like that's like maybe that's 3 people, but that's still like wow, that means a lot more honestly than someone who feels like they have to come. So like I'd rather people
yeah,
just be
exactly.
authentic and genuine.
So just like with all the podcasts I do, like I've never really told anyone I know in person about any of them, really, right? And like just upload shorts, kind of do whatever, and like they would tell me randomly, like, "Yo, starting to see some of your videos actually pop up in my feeds." Like, what? You do that? I
Nice.
was like, "Yeah." Well, you never told. No, I don't know. I wanted to do my own thing on that, and if
It's
you found me, you found me. But yeah,
I think that's honestly like my best advice is that's the way you should be, especially if you're trying to actually grow like your brand and grow your thing, your project.
yeah,
Like you don't need
more
like
organic, right?
yeah, at some point like I was having this conversation with my buddy cuz and we'll get into this later, but my comedy stuff, and we're always trying to strategize like how do we grow the page? How do we, make it more successful? And I think
Yeah,
a big conversation we have all the time is like it's great that our family and friends love it. That's feels great, and I love that, and I'm super appreciative of it. But really the goal at the end of the day is to expand past our own network, right? And to start
exactly.
reaching people who are just in the algorithm or in just seeing it, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
So
exactly.
no beef against the people who just support you anyway, because those people are amazing and like I love them. But
Exactly. Yeah,
it's nice when people who just find you organically are like, hey, I like that, and that's the almost
exactly.
ultimate validation you can get, right?
Exactly. That's the best validation that, like you're doing it. It's not just your amazing family supporting you. Cause at the end of the day, you're like, okay, yeah, that's my family. Like, sure, I'm going to have one of them that might be brutally honest with me, but most of them are going to, you know, feed the ego kind of thing.
Yeah. Even though I like when my dad shares my stuff on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got a
Gives me
very
a
supportive
feud.
dad for sure. Yeah. So do you remember like writing your very first song?
I
Like,
remember
were you
actually
doing covers or like
I
remember like
remember
learning
writing.
music? Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Yeah, I actually kind of started off doing a lot of covers of like I learned like growing up I'd play like Chili Peppers, Billy Talent, and like I couldn't sing it for shit, but I just kind of mess
Yeah.
around. I had some buddies who were really into it, so like that's kind of what connected us is we all loved the same music and stuff. And I think when I wrote my first songs, like honestly, they were like trash. Like legitimately, they were like very me learning. So the funny thing
Yeah.
is like that phase, I almost don't even I kind of like go by it
Mhm.
because then that was 2010 and then 6 years later is when I actually started like releasing music and distributing
Mhm.
it. And
Yeah.
that's when I feel like I started really writing good shit. Like the first song I remember writing was called Broken Hearts and Lit Cigars, and it's on my first EP that I wrote. I think I
Yeah.
released it in 2017. And that one I remember actually like writing it. I was in my cousin's basement. I was just like messing around with the guitar, and then just honestly, I was just in the room and I remember singing one of the lines. We both looked at each other like, "Oh shit, that's good." And I just wrote it in like a note in my phone. I was like, "I'm just going to write that down." And then honestly later just kind of jump to it. And a lot of the stuff I write, I'm not going to say it's any very complicated like on guitar musically. It's like
Mhm.
very melodically driven and a lot of it's pretty chill. So it's not super
Yeah, because it's chill
exciting,
at
but
music, you know?
yeah,
You
it's chill
can
melodic music. So like if you're not in that
yeah.
mood, once again, no sweat off my back, but
Yeah.
that's what I kind of give, you know. So
Awesome.
yeah, man. No, but yeah, that EP though, I think what was fun about it is I actually was writing at the time, and then I was in a singer songwriter what was it like a local contest that's like for a song. Basically, you presented a
Yeah.
song, and
Mhm.
the audience would like vote on it. And I thought, if you win it, I think they had like one or two songs that they would record for you. And I wanted to do an EP. So I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'll enter it and like whatever happens, happens. I ended up winning it, which was like, and the funny thing is, I didn't even record the song I won with. Like I didn't
Mhm.
even like it that much, but it's just, they liked it. So I ended up winning. And so I had studio time there. So like basically, ended up recording my EP there and I had like at the time 2 free songs. So I was like, oh shit, like that's nice for the budget, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And hired a couple buddies. One of my really good friends now, Fabio, who's in my comedy sketch group also. He's on drums and like had a lot of part in like helping me kind of like finalize the feel of it.
Mhm.
And my buddy Hamid, he was on bass on it. And we sort of like were the like driving force behind the whole feel of it. And my buddy Jordan actually he played guitar on it and recorded it at a Pebble Studios. Like he was the engineer. So I was
Okay.
just like, oh, do you want to play guitar on it? It kind of just worked out really well. And that album was really fun because it's the first one I ever did that was like live off the floor. I don't know if you know what that means, but basically like plugged in and basically like just played the song. Like we were very rehearsed, but like
So
those
like one
songs
take?
pretty much they feel really live. So
Yeah.
I went back after and like did vocal takes again because like personally it's really hard to get like a perfect vocal. Even though it's might be really good, I could go in and like if I could do takes on it, just get a better breath and
Yeah.
get a better note. But other than that, yeah, it was pretty much like the instruments are basically like one take live off the floor. Might have fixed a few layers, but it was like pretty raw. And
Wow.
I think since then, that's maybe one thing I miss about like when I was first learning how to play music is like just not giving a shit about like layers and harmonies and like
Mhm.
making it more polished. I kind of find that like sometimes I really like the like unpolished raw feel of like early artists, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
So
So
yeah,
not
my
like yeah. So like not over maybe in a way overthinking stuff, do you mean? Like or
like
do you
one
yeah.
guitar, one bass,
Yeah.
one drum, like
Yeah.
one rhythm, one electric, one bass, one drum, one vocal.
Yeah.
Like just like or like kind of just garage band shit, like
Oh, yeah. Okay.
just yeah, just stepping in the studio, playing rehearsed music, not really tracking anything. Cause usually if you go in a studio or like get the drummer to like play to a click and he sets the drums down, then you get the bassist to play on the
Yeah.
drums and like everything's very, you might not even get to vocals like the first day kind of thing, right?
It's a funny thing you mentioned about the click. My very first episode, my buddy Phil, he's a drummer, and he was talking about learning to play to a
To a
click,
click. Yeah.
and he's been training himself on it, and he's like, it's the biggest pain in the ass, but he's just getting used to it now. And yeah,
Yeah,
it's funny you say that.
it's actually funny because I know a lot of like great musicians who like they're not as good on a click because they've played so loose their whole lives
Yeah,
that when they have to just be like on that click, it kind of makes them feel a little more boxed in and regimented. But
yeah,
the reality is you have to record. If you're going to record in a studio, you basically need to record. At least your drummer needs to be on a click because
yeah,
if you want to fix anything after, then you can't take anything from like section 1 and bring it to section 3 or whatever because it won't
yeah,
exactly. It'll be slightly different, right? In that next part.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Basically,
you got to be really
he
careful of
was
that.
saying
Yeah.
that basically too.
Yeah,
That's funny.
exactly.
So what do you get the bigger rush from? Do you get the rush from playing live in front of people or like putting all that blood, sweat, and tears into a song and it actually like hitting, like getting
I
some
don't
growth to it?
I don't know that feeling, but that'd be nice.
No?
I mean, I have like maybe a couple songs that are like maybe one's hit like 20,000 streams or something, so I
That's
consider like hitting would be like a song that's gets like a couple 100,000 or like a million or whatever. Not that that really matters truthfully because I think even to answer your question, live performing like hands down way better
yeah,
feeling. Like I think so because I think what I've started like kind of getting back into music because I feel like it's very seasonal because like I'm now that I'm a dad and I got just other priorities like
oh 100%. Yeah.
it's really hard to be you just have burnout periods where you're creatively just like I need to just
Yeah.
chill for a bit, and right now I'm in a nice like trajectory where I'm feeling good, so I'm trying to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And I just feel like performing live and connecting with real people and like nothing beats someone going, hey, do you know like this song or whatever, and then you play that song for them and then they like appreciate it.
They look.
Then later in the set when you play your song, they're actually listening now. They're
Yeah,
actually like
absolutely.
engaged because you
You
served
made that
them,
connection
right?
with them, right? You
Yeah,
made
I
that
think you
connection with someone.
exactly. And I think that's something I really like embrace is just like it's really just at the end of the day, it's not about like making it or whatever. It's about making connections and because I do it because I love it. Cause like at the end of the day, it's an investment in my like myself. It's not
Absolutely.
something that brings me like I mean, I make money at my gigs, but like it's not feeding my family type money, right? Like it's just
Yeah.
like fun side money. So like I personally
It's
just love
still, man. Yeah, exactly.
it's nice that I can
Y
do what I love and still get make side
and
money
and
and
you're
then
making
connect
it
with
like a
people.
money.
Like
Like, you're making like you're is it like you're using it as a hobby, right? Basically now or like not like
um
a hobby per se,
no,
but
no,
like
that's fair though. Like it's definitely more
passion
of a
hobby, passion project,
let's say passion hobby. I like that. That's like
passion
the
hobby, passion
yeah.
project,
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure. And I love to like, like I'm always open to like performing people's weddings,
Yeah,
like coffee shop gigs, bar gigs, whatever, right? Like but at the end of the day, like it's obviously the dream would be to like play
make it a
like
career.
make it a I mean, I don't know because I've thought about that and like making it a career is really would really like take away from like me being with my family, like truthfully. And that's something I
Yeah.
really don't think I'd actually be willing to sacrifice. So like
Mhm.
my dream, which maybe isn't realistic, would be like being like a really well-known local musician who could like sell out a bar and is like well respected. I don't
Yeah.
need honestly anything more than that. I'm not the type of person that like needs worldwide recognition or anything. Like that would obviously be like cool if that just organically happens, but
Yeah.
I don't know, like maybe my perspective has just changed a lot, but I just want to I think if I can keep just making
Family
music that
man.
I love and being grateful for that, then that's a huge win because like just being able to make music and play stuff with my dad and everything is like something I don't take for granted, right? So
Something that makes you happy even, man. And that's all that
100%.
matters is like if you're happy doing something and it makes you happy and then it's something you have to do, right? Like
It's it's like almost like literally like if I'm like going through something where I'm like, I don't want to play or I'm frustrated. I always come back to it. It's always
yeah,
there. It's always something that when I'm whatever in whatever mood or it's late at night or it's like 3 in the morning, I can't sleep and I have an idea for something. I run down to my computer. I might plug in and just fuck around for a bit. Maybe it
I was
goes
gonna say,
nowhere. It might go
yeah,
nowhere, but it might turn into a idea in 8 months from now. I don't know, right? So
exactly. Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say a lot you could that's like I've had musician friends and that's kind of one of the common things that you guys have all had that common thing like okay I gotta go record something that sounds kind of cool in my head record it and sometimes yeah like you said it doesn't go anywhere but sometimes it's something they've added to something and like that's the
oh
kind of
yeah,
thing
like
really find interesting with a lot of people who are musicians that I like
just kind of like it's
I
like
think I
my
kind of get
obsession with
jealous of
what
not
like
gonna lie, like, jealous
cataloging.
that, like, you stuck with, like, an instrument and, like, made something out of it and, like, you're able to create art that
I've
other
I've
people can enjoy.
I've actually heard that from a lot of people, and I think like people need to like understand not to sound like a martyr, like this might sound super douchey,
Mm,
but like there's so many times where like I didn't go to the bar or whatever and I just stayed home and like
mhm,
made music. I think that a lot of at least myself is like I've just done my own thing my whole life. I've
yeah,
always been like an introverted extroverted sorry, an extroverted introvert kind of like I really need
yeah,
my peace and I feel like music brings me that solitude where I can just like be alone and then
absolutely.
write and apply
Yeah,
myself. But then I love the aspect of performing it and showing people. I'm not going to lie, like that is a great feeling,
yeah.
right? So
Oh,
I
absolutely, I probably
understand
would be, absolutely.
yeah, both sides of it and like there's no better feeling to me than like playing with a band and like you guys are just on and people are like vibing and like that's a just
Absolutely.
an amazing
Especially just
feeling,
something
right?
like you probably just something you wrote especially, right? Like,
100
it's
oh
when
yeah, when
people
it's
are
something you
vibing to that
wrote.
and it's something that you wrote, that feeling must be incredible, right?
I
Because
honestly like haven't yeah, that's why like I'd love to have like a full band again, but it's
yeah.
so much work and I know it's such a like it would take over a lot of aspects of my life right now that I just don't have the time.
I
So
know it's getting multiple people all on the same
getting
schedule.
together, I know, man, and
Yeah,
rehearsing and all that
everyone
and
and
learning
committing to
songs and
doing it.
then and getting along and learning the songs maybe because a
Yeah.
lot of the bands I've been in, I'm basically the sole songwriter. Like other people have
Mhm.
been very involved, but like I've brought 95% of the songs to the table. And
Yeah.
that's maybe a good thing, but at the same time, that doesn't keep other people engaged over years. Cause then eventually
Yeah.
people are like, well, it's Paul's music. Right.
Yeah.
So but it's also hard to get everyone engaged to write your own music together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like there's a reason that there aren't that many
Mhm.
Radioheads that are still together after that long. Like, most
Exactly.
bands, three,
Yeah.
4 years, and that's it. Like, it's not. So it's really difficult to get that chemistry and find like committed people who are also really good, who also get along, like
Yeah.
who aren't
Oh,
assholes. Like,
it's a group dynamic, right? It's a group
yeah,
dynamic, just the whole thing.
yeah, fun. Like I said, when I released my early EP in 2017, I was we were like we had a couple performances and like those were really fun because all they were all like songs that I wrote that were like really translated really well live and everyone was amazing musicians in the band. Like everyone was super tight. And then it
Mhm.
kind of fizzled out because it just everyone just busy and we moved on to other projects. But like
Yeah.
I definitely miss that feeling of like, you know, I perform acoustic, it's great, but like having a full band where you're like sharing the energy is just
Oh,
a
yeah.
different feeling. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, both are, right? Like, with acoustic, you're creating that vibe. With being a rock band, you create that vibe as well.
Like winning the
So
Masters or winning a Stanley Cup, right? Like
exactly.
you win the Masters,
Yeah.
you it's probably more lonely than winning a Stanley Cup, and you can share that with people forever. When you win the Masters,
Yeah.
no one you competed with is celebrating with you. Like they're like, no, fuck you, I want to win. You know, like
Yeah. Where one takes team effort and when the other is an individual effort, right?
yeah, both valid,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I personally will take the team effort over the individual
Exactly.
effort. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could collab with any artist, dead or alive, can be anybody, any single person you want, who would it be?
Hmm. My first like gut was Dallas Green.
Yeah.
I
So that's
think so.
so he was kind of one I used to remember like really vibing with too. Like I remember you saying
Maybe
Dallas Green
oh, he's so
because he
good.
was the
Maybe
guy
even
I've grown up with, right?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he was like good
Yeah.
Canadian guy too. So like maybe Alexis on Fire though, like doing a
Yeah.
collab with them, get that
I was
energy
gonna
in
say
there.
that's who I used to really listen
That
to
would be
more in high
sick.
school.
Yeah,
It was Alexis. They
dude,
were
I
sweet.
love.
Have you
They're
seen
so
them
good.
live?
Yeah, I've seen them live probably
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 times. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that. I've seen them live. I saw the amount of bands like growing up
I
seeing
saw them
Under
with
Oath.
Cancer Bats and
They're dope. I've seen Cancer Bats.
I saw them at Algonquin like 12, 10 years ago or something with
Yeah.
like Tokyo Police Club, I want to say. Like
Okay.
really big
Jeez.
throwback. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. No, they're that probably though, like honestly, like, yeah, it's someone like that that would just do like a we'd have a nice harmony on a chorus or something, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I'm gonna turn a leaf music kind of question. So
Okay, let's hear it.
if the Leafs are a band, what genre of music are they playing?
Oh my god, that's tough. What genre? Hmm. Oh, I know. Jazz.
Jazz? Okay.
Because they're kind of like they're eclectic, you know, like they got a lot of like offense,
Yeah.
maybe not a lot of structure.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe they got to work on that, right?
Yeah. Well, but
You play like Florida, right? And they're like just rimming it around the boards every game, and that's the
Florida,
strategy.
Florida would pay like Motley Crue, like destroying the set after every game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say,
So
yeah. Is that a good
yeah,
answer?
yeah, I love it. All right, so you've dipped into comedy. So how did that one exactly start?
That one actually was my two buddies, Andrew and Fabio. They were basically just like having a conversation at Andrew's birthday, I think it was, talking about because they're both comedians, really amazingly funny people. If you ever look them up, Andrew Meyer or Fabio Ricci, um, really funny. They do like a lot of comedy in the city, and they were just talking about doing sketches and had all these funny ideas. And I kind of just honestly hijacked the conversation with them and jumped in and was like, oh, that'd be amazing. Cause I've always wanted to do comedy and like
Mhm.
sketches, but it's like something for some reason that always like intimidated me. Cause for some reason I can put myself out there with music and other stuff, but comedy I find really vulnerable. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but like,
Uh,
yeah, if
the
people are saying
silence.
you're not funny, that's like very, you know, that's something that's like
Yeah,
a gut punch, right? So I feel
yeah.
like you're really putting like you're really putting all your eggs in that basket. That's how I initially thought about it. And so we just started releasing dumb videos. Like they were hilarious, but it's really stupid. Like you could watch them on YouTube if you want. They're crazy. And over time, we've kind of just kept going. Now it's mainly Fabio and I. Andrew's has a million other projects on the go, but we kind of just come up with funny scenarios and just get together and like write what would be funny and what would be engaging in 30, 40 seconds, and how can we engage and relate to TikTok, and how would that
Yeah.
translate to Instagram. So it's like a lot of it
Okay.
does come down to like strategy and like
Yeah.
how does this
Absolutely.
translate to a YouTube reel, because we're trying to also grow the brand. But like the
Yeah.
big thing is we're all just funny people that just like to laugh. So if we enjoy it, then we post it. And
Exactly. That's
that's it.
exactly.
Honestly, it's the same kind of thing. Like all the marketing, asset creating, and content management stuff is like fun, but the real fun is just like having fun with your friends and making each other laugh.
Absolutely.
And
That's all that matters, man.
yeah, man,
Seriously, it's like something you're having kind of fun with and you're uploading, and if you can bring an audience in, that's a bonus.
100%. Yeah. So we're
Yeah.
still working on that. Like like we've had a couple videos that have done pretty decent. Like, had one video that I think hit like 500,000 on TikTok, which we were like stoked about. But now we're like, okay, what's the recipe? How did we do that? And like, I think sometimes it is just like random or just lucky. So
Yeah.
you do have to accept that's the same thing with like we were talking about with music. Like you got to do it because you love it. You can't be chasing like something that you can't be chasing like validation or chasing like some sort of
Mhm.
like success metric, because at the end of the day, if you're having fun with your buddies, you love it, you're learning, you're getting better. And I think I'm getting more confident like in general as a person. So
Yeah.
to me that's a win.
Exactly.
Like if I'm,
That's yeah.
like
Yeah, exactly, man. And like the grow, like that's what I have found through like online stuff. Like organic growth does happen. It can take time, and but when it does happen, it does start kind of keeps the motivation up for sure.
oh, for sure. And it's nice when it happens with like people who once again like find you organically and just enjoy
Yeah.
your content because they're not, no
Hmm.
one's holding a gun to their head. They're just like they like it. And that's when you really know like, okay, we're doing the right things here because people are like appreciating it
Exactly.
and we're also enjoying it. So that's a win-win, right?
Exactly. So, uh, so what's harder in that? So you're coming up with like a sketch idea or like making it funny on paper?
That's a good question. I think we've had it happen before for sure where we thought something was like hilarious and it couldn't miss. And then when we recorded it, we filmed it, we looked back and after we edited it and posted it, we're like, I don't know, like it's not hitting how we wanted it to hit. So I think
Yeah.
a lot of the time it has to be funny, obviously, but I think what's really important is like the how are you going to edit it and the thinking about like you do have to kind of think about the final like how is this going to come together, even though you're still
Yeah.
like when you're filming it, and you got to think about like the angles of the characters. Like, is one of them going to ground the sketch, and then one of them's crazy, but then everyone else is like acknowledging that they're crazy, so they're letting the audience in on it, and like
Hmm.
because we've had somewhere where like, oh, there's too much crazy happening here, like not this isn't real, like no one, so we're still learning and stuff, but I think that it's really easy to write like high level ideas. Like I could spitball all day, but I think the hard thing is like actually executing on it and then
Hmm.
like editing that down
Absolutely.
to like something that people will engage with and not scroll past is like the next wall of things you got to
Yeah.
worry about, right? Like
Exactly. It's trying to keep them engaged in your video, and like I've tried doing research on it, and some say it's like, oh, you got flash, 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 change every 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and it's like no, like I'm not trying to create ADD in people, but like
yeah, exactly.
I
You know
want them
what?
to engage in it too.
You know what you could do like for your channel, which I think would be like just like a fun way to do that is like go in after and just get like 5 or 6 funny little highlight clips, put them at the
Yeah.
very beginning, start building your intro with those clips like as you go. And then when
Yeah.
people get into like the content, then it's kind of like a little bit of foreshadowing of the conversation, but it's not spoiling anything,
Yeah, for sure.
Because we're trying to kind of do that with like, because with our comedy stuff, like a lot of it, we're like, okay, maybe we could have been like funnier there, or maybe we could have been more direct with something. But why did people, like when we look at the analytics on some videos, we're like, why did people scroll past it after 3 seconds? Like,
Yeah.
if we just remove our own like bias from it and watch it as like an impartial observer, would we scroll past it, or would it be engaging and funny? And I think then you start really getting to the meat
Yeah.
of like then we're like,
Exactly.
okay, this part of the conversation, let's get rid of it. Like that doesn't do anything for the story. Let's get
Mhm.
right into it here. Let's build like, so then we find ways to like
Oh,
trim the
the hook.
fat,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
really hard to do
Absolutely.
consistently, because sometimes I think for myself too, I get caught up in my own ideas. I'm like, this is hilarious. This whole story has to build like this because it's rewarding because I know how it ends. But then I have to
Yeah.
ask, but is this rewarding for other people who are just like seeing it on their phone? Like, did they give a shit about the ending? And that's when I started really challenging my writing, because I was like, okay, I need to write so that people right away are hooked, and then it still builds, and then it still has a funny like twist or punchline at the end, right? So
Yeah.
that's the challenging part, is like doing all three of those things, and then having good acting, and then putting it all together, and then trying to get engagement. It's like, yeah, sometimes it feels like it's just like, so you got to do so much when you just want to do funny ideas, record them and move on.
So who are your comedy influences?
I would say like growing up, I was like a huge fan of like, I don't do comedy like this because like I'm not trying to be like edgy like that, and I mean I don't try to be like him, but Dave Chappelle, like he's just
Okay.
amazing and
Yeah.
hilarious. I loved the Dave Chappelle show.
Yeah.
I used to
This
watch
is
this thing.
classic one. Like,
Exactly, it's just like a
yeah,
classic
growing up,
sketch.
that was like we're around the same age. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I'm
Yeah, like
35.
30. I 36.
Damn, you
So
look good,
yeah,
buddy.
pretty. Yeah. So you.
Stop it.
So so yeah, like a lot of the same things we like growing up. We was Dave Chappelle. Like I could see
Yeah.
him being a huge influence
Did you ever
because
watch
that
Derek?
was our generation. Was kind of
100%.
that shock kind of comedy too,
Yeah,
right?
kind of like
Like
that. Like
edgy, really edgy. That
yeah,
line.
we didn't care about like offense. Like we would just make like edgy jokes, and like things have definitely changed,
Yeah.
which I'm not complaining about. But like the comedy we liked, we were like,
Well,
yeah, pretty.
South Park,
Yeah,
Family Guy, like two very, very
yeah, like
controversial shows for sure.
100%. I don't know if you ever watched. Do you ever watch Derek comedy? Ever seen that?
Who's no,
Derek comedy.
no, I haven't seen that one.
So it was like this sketch group I used to watch, and actually one of the guys in it is Donald Glover from Community.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that was like one of his first sketch groups. I used to watch on YouTube, and like they had once again kind of edgy concepts that were like really like cringy, but like they would pull it off. And
Yeah.
so I think a lot of that style I try to sort of do, where I like to do comedy where like it's like a realistic situation, but it makes you feel like, oh shit, like we did one for example where like I confront Fabio because he's leaving a note on my car, and I like
Yeah.
catch him leaving the note, and I'm like, wouldn't it be funny? Because like people act tough, but in reality, like 95% of people, if they left a note and then the person was aggressively confronting them, they'd probably bitch out, right? They'd probably be like, oh, like, and like, so
Yeah.
I'm like, let's do a funny like scenario that feels real, but the guy doesn't get away with being like that, and he gets called out because I think a lot of people have that sort of like what's the word, like retribution kink, where they like love to see someone who's like running their mouth kind of get like karma.
Yeah.
So like,
Absolutely.
and it has to kind of feel grounded in reality a little bit. So
Yeah.
like a lot of my writing, I guess I just sort of try to base off like real scenarios or like things that I think would be really relatable and not they might get I might like get kind of crazy in that scenario, but the scenario I try to make realistic at least, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
man.
Uh, would you ever blend like music and comedy kind of together?
Absolutely. I've
Yeah.
strongly considered it. I just it's like anything else. Like my buddies have like begged me to like do music and like play, you know, like funny songs. But like,
So like Adam Sandler kind of.
yeah, maybe like Adam Sandler or like Bo Burnham, but like not that ironic. Like he's
Yeah,
a genius. Like I'm not on that level, right? So it'd be more like, yeah, I'm trying to think of like I don't know if I have any musical comedy influences right now, truthfully. I just think that those are two things I'm like really good at and love. So it almost like instead of doing them together, maybe I could actually just like use comedy to promote my music or something, right? Or like use my
yeah,
different talent inside of the other world. Maybe that's a
ab-
better idea than trying to blend them and make something else. But
absolutely.
because I find it a little weird, like when I'm like we had a sketch and I had to write like a funny song and I wrote like this really poppy song. But
Yeah,
honestly, it sounded almost too polished and like realistic. It kind of sounded like it could be real. So it kind of ruined the funny in it. And so I'm trying to find that balance where I'm like, I can't, if I'm going to do a funny song, I can't be like trying to sing really hard because it kind of ruins the funny if I'm like, you know, like, so there has to be an element of like, I'm making it obvious that I'm not taking myself seriously when I'm doing it. And I think
yeah,
it's like almost counterintuitive because when I'm performing, like I'm taking myself pretty seriously, obviously, because I'm performing and like trying to nail it, right? So it, in a sense, I'm trying to find that balance where I'm like, if I do comedy music, then I'm just going to be like super loose, not give a fuck, and just have total fun with it.
yeah.
And I haven't, not, no idea yet has like hit me where I'm like, I need to do that, but I'm definitely open to it though, for sure.
Okay. So Leaf fandom in enemy territory, basically.
Yeah.
How how did that start? Because I one
My
thing
dad.
I say one thing being a Leaf fan in Toronto or like the surrounding areas. I'm in the surrounding. I'm about 90 minutes from Toronto,
Okay.
but like I've always curious like Leaf fans that are in like other cities, like a Leaf fan growing up in Montreal or Leaf fans in Ottawa. Like how does that come up?
Pretty much like, it's so funny because my earliest memory of like being a Leafs fan is like Toronto beating Ottawa in the playoffs, and like my dad, we went to church like on Easter, and like me and my brother had Leafs jerseys on, and everyone's just like, "Oh, you guys, like that's just like uncalled for." We're like, "Sorry, man." Like, and I think from an early age, it was just like constant just chirping, even though like I don't really care. I love all my Sens fan friends. I like
Oh,
we
absolutely.
chirp, but we love each. We
Uh,
don't care because the
yeah.
reality is like on like Twitter and stuff, they're way more mouthy in person. When you actually like just bring facts, like they don't have a lot to say back. They're just like, oh,
No. Yeah.
Matthews is a pussy. Okay, whatever, man. Like it's just the
Yeah.
same shit, right? So it's only really
Yeah.
on Twitter that you get those guys that are super
Absolutely. Yeah,
mouthy
it's
and
only
nonstop.
online. You're behind the screen, right? Like you're not face to face with someone.
Like I was just at a preseason game. Was it Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon? I want to say, and me and my
Sunday,
brother
yeah.
were there. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we were sitting. We get there, and the lady beside us is a Sens fan. She has season tickets, and first thing she says, "Oh, like she jokes about it," and I'm like, "Oh, sorry, like we'll be good, don't worry." And then she's like, "So how?" She starts talking to me. So how'd you become Leafs fans? I was like, "Oh, my dad brainwashed me, like, but you know, we're good. We don't bite, I promise." And then honestly, like within like 5 minutes, we are both just talking about life and like being like,
Oh
"Oh,
yeah.
you have daughters, cool. What? Oh, cool. You're season ticket holders. That's amazing." Like great seats. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person that's going to be like, when it's 3-0, like, boo, in your face. Like, I'm like,
Oh, exactly.
if anything,
Yeah.
I'm actually like, I kind of reserve my cheering because I'm like, I don't want to
Yeah.
be a dick. Like, these people are, like, I'm in enemy territory. And like, so I'm honestly, I find it's all talk. It's all talk.
And it's all in the atmosphere, right? Like if you're in the
there's no
crowd,
bad
they're all
vibes. Yeah.
yeah. They're all kind of like chirping at you the whole time, and like they're the Leafs are running up the score. Then you're gonna go, like kind of
Well,
chirp
if you're in
back
the
at them.
playoffs, might be different. Like, I think the
Yeah.
playoffs brought out a lot of like I don't know, maybe animosity, but there's a lot of like, that shit.
The
But at the same
rivalry.
time, like, I think if you go and you don't run your mouth, you'll probably be fine. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of those people are like looking for trouble and getting into it, and you're like yelling at people and like stirring up emotions. Like, I think you're still a dick if you're a Leafs fan, and then like when they win, you go up to Sens fans, you're like, "Hey, fucking," it's like, just be respectful.
absolutely.
I don't know, be respectful.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
they just go home, go
hard.
to your car, wait your 40 minutes in the parking lot to get out of there, and like, it's not that
that's
deep.
how you know you're in Ottawa when it's only 40 minutes to get out of there.
Well, yeah, you can't jump on a train or whatever and like go to a bar. You're like stuck, kind of, I think that's the biggest gripe about man, I'm an idiot. It's Canadian Tire Center. Yeah, I was gonna say Scotiabank Place, but I was like, wait, what was the other one? Palladium? Like, I never remember.
I definitely
the updated
think
name.
if it does go downtown Ottawa, or at least in Ottawa on the outskirts of downtown, it will do amazing. And I think you're gonna,
because right
I think
now
you're gonna see a passionate fan base there now soon.
So I'm west. I'm in Canada, which technically it's Ottawa, but like the Canadian Tire Center is technically like Stittsville, I believe. It's like a little more west, so it's like probably like a 10 or 12-minute drive more west from my place, which isn't that bad.
Okay.
But the problem, I think, is that like there's not a lot of like Canada's like definitely developed. Like, it's a great suburb for like families, and like I love it. There's a lot to do. You can go golfing and whatever.
Yeah.
But there's no young, thriving like bar scene or like just patio scene where after the game you go here and every bar's busy, and right. So I think if they do ever move downtown, I think that they'll definitely like have more of a scene and more of a vibe after the games. Cause like, really the reality is you leave the game, there's a few restaurants around there, but not really like, and they're probably expensive as hell. Right. So
because they're the only ones. Yeah.
Exactly. So you're going to go to like these affiliated restaurants with the arena, or you're going to legitimately wait like 40 minutes to get out of that area. Then if you want to go downtown, you're probably another 30 minutes from downtown. So it ends up just being like a lot of people just go home after, because it's just not convenient to like keep the party going, I guess. Right. So I think that's the location problem Ottawa has.
Absolutely. Yeah. If they had more access where people could get to it and get out easier, kind of like you said, downtown Toronto, right? Where you could have all the transportation that can get you everywhere instead of, like I remember it used to be literally in like the middle of a farmer's field. Like before it like actually developed around it, even like it was literally in the middle, just in the middle of nowhere.
That's where what was the when I went to see Oasis in Toronto, was at a Rogers Stadium or whatever. It's like a temporary stadium, but it's like basically was in the middle of like you had to walk like 3 kilometers down a path just to get to the entrance. Like,
I think that's at the old Ontario place or something like that.
Yeah, it was. I know the feeling. It's like, it's tough. I know. I think the league needs. Sorry, I think the league needs Ottawa and Toronto to both be good at the same time. I think that
it's great.
The fans will hate each other, but it's like that's what gets the people.
And Montreal's getting good too. Like,
I think Sens fans and Habs fans hate each other the most, though. I don't know. They just go at it all day. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it is great. We're just sitting back watching. It's like sitting back watching your 2 little brothers fight. Yeah.
Oh man, it's so funny. They're just like arguing over like Slavkovsky or
When Sanderson,
is Hudson better than Sanderson? I'm like, they're both studs, guys. Like,
yeah, who cares?
chill. Like, it's like they're both great players. Like, I don't know. Personally, I think Hudson's definitely flashier. He's like got more offensive abilities, I think, but I don't know. It's hard to tell with young.
Is that going to
defensemen.
translate to playoff success though? Right?
Who
Because can he
knows?
play a defensive game?
Exactly. I think in playoffs it's a lot more like simple, like from defense. Like, yeah, Cale Makar won a cup, but like at the end of the day, like so did Victor Hedman and like Pietrangelo and guys who just like clear the net and play a simple game and like slog minutes. Really, is the end of the day, right? Like you can put this guy out for 28 minutes and he's gonna be good. Like, is Hudson gonna be good for 28 minutes? Like that's the thing. You need a number one guy to be that guy. If he can't do that, like that's great. He's offensive.
I don't know if he's a big enough guy to be your number one guy either.
That's I think, yeah. Well, I mean, how big is Hughes though? Like he's not big, right?
I think he's still over like
he's like 6 feet, maybe.
6'2",
really?
I think so.
Yeah. I thought he was honestly a smaller guy. I'm curious now.
Quinn Hughes is you're right, 5'10".
Yeah, see, like, but the thing is, like, you have to move when you're that size, though. You have to move, like, and
he is quick, Quinn Hughes, yeah, and he's smart with the puck. He makes quick, fast decisions, right? So,
I think too, like someone like Makar or like even like a prime like Erik Karlsson, those guys who are kind of like evolving the position, and I think Quinn Hughes is like right there, basically following suit. Is the way they move across the line, how they'll grab the puck in the middle and then they'll start like sidestepping to make space. Those types of skaters are the defensemen I think are going to start really owning the game because they can like make space and move the puck and then they can get to an opening, right? Like, so
and they just move their the way they move their feet around and stop and go and like that first like 2 strides they're having on people is like insane.
Exactly. It's just like I said, I'm maybe I'm wrong about this, but I've yet to see one of those guys be a number one other than Makar and win a cup. Like, because most of the defensemen these days are just honestly look at who are like Florida's defensemen. Like they had Ekblad for sure, stud, but then
Seth Jones.
Yeah, but do you know what though? Seth Jones was a guy that everyone gave up on though. Like he wasn't a guy that he was kind of floating around a little bit trying to find his role. They got
he was playing on Chicago. Chicago sucked.
Yeah, they're bad, man. And where was he before that? Columbus, right?
Yeah, and then before that he was in Nashville.
But you see how I think with him is he's a perfect example of like he was elite from his draft year. Everyone expected him to be like super offensive, whatever. And literally, Florida's like, we're going to simplify your game. This is what you're doing. Yeah. He looked amazing because he was in a great system, right? Like, a lot of these guys, big. like it's like, I hear this all. Yeah, he's also, it doesn't hurt when you're like a big dude, right? But I hear this all the time where people are like, oh, like Marner, he's another like Leaf that's going to go win a cup, just like Kessel, just like Bozak, whatever. I'm like, okay, these guys all won in a better system, in a lower rank on the team than they were on Toronto. So
and they still couldn't do it here.
They still wouldn't be able to do it here because the reality is you needed that structure. I don't know if Toronto, it's yet to be seen if how they're going to do this year without Marner. Who knows, right? Like, I don't know. Yeah. I personally think they can find a different like way to win instead of Marner just quarterbacking every play and trying to force it to Matthews. And I think that's predictable. Exactly. Like,
it's something different. Yeah, something different had to be done. So kind of segued into that question. So you are GM. What is one move you would do?
Ooh, sign McDavid. Is that a cheat code answer?
I think so. I think
Okay,
that's the free space. That's
yeah,
the free
sorry.
space on the
That's
big
like
card.
you're like, yeah, you and every other GM, right?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'm trying to actually think. If I was a GM, what would I do on Toronto? I'm trying to like avoid making any trades because I don't know if anything's out there. I think Toronto's probably lacking like depth right now. Like maybe like upgrade on a Domi or someone like that.
Hmm.
Like solid player, but like I always think back to like the Tampa series against like I don't know, like we got burned by like Nick Paul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we need to find that guy before he wants to get overpaid. We need to
Yeah.
find that guy when he's just making 1.5, but you're
Or be
getting
the reason he gets overpaid. Go on a
literally.
playoff run and be the
Yeah.
reason why another team
Yes.
overpays them.
Exactly. And that's the thing is
Absolutely.
I haven't seen I've seen like good performances, but like I haven't seen anyone on Toronto like do that where I'm like, holy shit, that guy put the team on his back that series and was like the reason that they got through, right? So that's literally why
Yeah.
they made the change with Marner. That's all anyone has ever wanted is like
Mhm.
go do what McKinnon or Rantanen or Crosby, do what they've done for one round. You're saying you're the best winger in the world. Go put up a
Yeah.
12-point series. Go do it. Don't
Now
enough with the
he wanted to
7 point,
be the
8
highest paid
point.
player. He wanted to be the highest paid player on a team too. He is the highest paid player in Vegas now,
Yeah,
as of right
which
now. Jack Eichel hasn't gotten his extension yet.
I'm kind of curious because like he'll be on a great line and he'll probably get his points, but at the same time, like I think people overestimate how much he did for Matthews and don't realize that
Mhm.
Matthews has scored at every level at this rate.
Yeah,
Matthews will score with Max Domi on as center.
and he
So
has.
and he has, and
Yeah.
that's why as I guess to bring it back to the question of what would I do as a GM, let Matthews just be Matthews. Stop trying to force like sorry to segue here, but like the reason that I think McDavid and Hyman were so successful and Hyman wasn't successful in Toronto is because
Mhm.
Toronto underutilized him. McDavid would actually pass it to Hyman to tap pucks in. But the thing
Yeah.
is, Hyman would fetch the puck and feed Matthews. Maybe he'd be in a garbage area to bash one off his shin pad. But the
Mhm.
reality is, McDavid was actually creating the play and then would dish it once everyone kind of
Yeah.
got sucked away from their players, right? Then he'd dish it to Hyman or dish it to Nuge or whoever was on his line. But
Mhm.
Matthews, everyone's covering him and watching him because it's so obvious that it's
He's
definitely going to
the
him.
Richard winning goal scorer.
Literally. So
So
it's like
like,
for me, I would love to see Matthews though, like look off the shot, slide it to the back door to whoever, so that they have to like respect everyone on the line. Like at some point, they're like,
Mhm.
well, don't worry about Hyman because he's definitely dishing it because he's not going to shoot because he probably was told by his coach to just give it to Matthews. And then you see him
Yeah.
on Edmonton, you're like, how'd this guy get 50 goals? First of all, he plays with McDavid. McDavid's the best player in the world,
Mhm.
bar none.
It still
And
takes talent to play with a great player like McDavid,
yeah,
though, too, right? Like,
100%. So like
so
Hyman's a very smart player, man. People don't
yeah.
realize like he's a very smart player and he was doing his role in Toronto and I just think they were not utilizing him properly because I think they're always trying to force everything to Matthews instead of just like Matthews has done this. Let him get open, let him sneak around the ice a little bit. Let him
Yeah.
find his spots. He doesn't need to have the puck the whole time and he doesn't need to
No.
wait for a pass the whole time. He can find that opening, right?
Or you can
So,
find someone else open on the ice and like shoot and keep opposing teams guessing, is Matthews going to shoot or are they going to feed it to someone else that can shoot as
like,
well?
and then they'll inevitably kind of give him more space and then he'll be able to probably snipe more because now the lane's going to open up a bit, right? So like,
Exactly, especially in the playoffs. Like, I don't understand why they always do that. It's like, oh, let's load up on people that will feed it to Matthews instead of why don't we put that second shot option on the wing as well?
like literally, exactly. So it's like,
Yeah, him and
I
that's
would
why
love
like him and Willie should play together because Willie is a
exactly
shooting option. Like,
because
I
they
don't
can
get
both
like
snipe from like outside the circle and like they're both great stick handlers.
And Nyes is a perfect guy that will go in. He's a freaking even bigger Hyman.
I love
He'll go
Nice.
out and grind it out in the corner and get it out to the guys, and like there you go. There's your two shooting options.
And Nice is like a great like grinder too. Like he's like a skilled grinder. And like I love the way he plays.
Oh, I love Nyes.
He's honestly kind
Great.
of similar, like Tavares is kind of like that, but Nice is like way more physical. But
Yeah,
it's kind of like that skilled like grinder who works really hard, like kind of like almost like a Crosby,
he's like
where
an
like he works
SUV
the
out there.
corners and he does all the right things.
Yeah,
Super skilled, dishes the puck,
big,
goes to the
hard
dirty
to get off the
areas.
puck, and hard to get
Yeah.
off the puck.
Now, don't get me wrong. Crosby's like the perfect model of
Yeah.
all those things. Hyman
Mm.
has like less skill, less toughness, but like big body and smart. Nyes is like pretty smart, physical, has good hands, can dig out the pucks. Like I love the way he plays, man.
Exactly.
He's so fun to watch.
Yeah, he is. So that's so Matthews or Willie?
Like
One, you have to give up one. Who?
oh well, you got to give up Willie.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think Matthews is just like the best player on the ice most nights when he's going.
Mm-hmm.
I think Willie has more room, has played against like worse competition, like overall. Still, like Willie's a great player. Willie's probably one of the best like players in the league. I'd say winger though, right? Because he doesn't really play center a lot.
No, he doesn't play center at all.
But he is. I think he was actually drafted as a center, so he has it in him. But like
he was drafted as a center.
He's not defensively minded, right? And I think
I'm pretty. Did he not play center in the AHL? Because he did play. He did, yeah. Almost not 2 full seasons, but he did play 2 seasons down there.
Yeah, he was drafted as a centerman, but then he just moved to the wing. I mean, I love Willie. Like I'm not going to hate on Willie. He's amazing, but
yeah,
he's not Matthews. I think Matthews is like borderline, if not like a generational player. So I think Willie's probably one of the best snipers in the league though right now, and I think he's really proven himself in the past couple of years, man. Like fuck, he's looked great.
Like if Matthews can get say 60 and Willie can get 40 alone, that's 100 goals just there.
I don't even know, honestly, man. 60 though is like I don't know if he'll ever hit that again. I think if he even just hits 50 for the rest of his career, that's phenomenal. Like
yeah, I think he can hit 60 at least once more.
Oh, that'd be so sick.
I actually would not be shocked to see him hit 70 either. Once. I could see it.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like everything was going in though the year that he hit 69.
Yeah.
His shooting percentage was like 15 or 16. Like it was crazy.
But I get preseason, right? You watched him. Like that, like goal.
That give and go with Ekman Larson was pretty sick.
That shouldn't have even been a goal though. You're looking at that being like, okay, he got like okay.
All I heard about was getting walked by Pinto, so
well, that's all they're trying, told right? Me about. Yeah, because they're trying.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, as soon as they said that, I was like, I pictured the what do you call it, 21 Drum Street, where he's like, "You're trying, nerd."
Yeah, nerd. Yeah, exactly. I knew Twitter would right away eat that up.
Yeah. Okay. So now your designer stuff.
Yeah.
So first of all, you said you're going back to school. You told me you're going back to school for UX. So what exactly is UX?
That's a good question because I'm still kind of learning about like what it really entails. But essentially, UX is basically like user experience design, which encompasses like, apps, how people interact with a kiosk, like every step of someone's brand journey, kind of like how they feel about something essentially, and where pretty much where you can eliminate like pain points for your like ideal users. So
Okay.
it's kind of like so right now I'm doing a project on like a museum kiosk, right? And I have to
Mhm.
like create like an interface and like how people would interact with it. And so the first step is like basically like creating personas and understanding like who are the people that are going to the museum. And so maybe a persona is like you know, a mom with two kids who's going without the dad, and she if this takes like she needs to see all the new programs, she needs to see like what's going on in there for her kids, how to
Mhm.
what's coming in a few weeks. But she also needs to be able to pay and have this be seamless because her kids are going to be annoying her, right? So it's
Yeah.
like, how do you make that interface that flows, that makes her feel like seen? She can punch in like everything she needs very efficiently while also pitching her like new stuff that maybe she can add to her cart easily and seamlessly, selling her on fun stuff for her kids because that's something she cares about. So it's like
Okay.
it's basically about like building empathy with the people that you're trying to get to interact with whatever you're creating, and
Oh, okay.
pretty much just asking them, what do you want, what do you want to see out of this, and then trying to build that thing and essentially just iterating on it until it's great. And
Okay.
so yeah, so it might be like a kiosk or an app or like a website or whatever. It could even be, I know a lot of people from different areas learn user experience just to understand like the user journey in like a
Mhm.
sales environment or different environments. So I think other than like it applies to design, but it's more actually about like the psychology of how people think and how people interact and stuff, which
So
I
basically,
think
everything's placed in a certain place for a reason, basically.
exactly. Like if you were to create an
Mm.
app and something is like or you were to design a car, okay?
Yeah.
Where would you put the key? Where would you turn the keys? Right? You'd go
Yeah.
like this under there and you'd turn it. So when I was in like design school, like 10 years ago in graphic design, we had this like project we were looking at where like this company designed a new car and they like moved the key thing a little bit up. And what ended up happening, funny enough, is that like the spot where people usually put it just had a bunch of scratch marks in it. Cause like
Mhm.
people, you can't change how people behave. You have to
No.
adapt to how people behave and like design for that. So you can't just be like, no, this is the new spot for the key. Get used to it. People are going to resist that and be like, no, this is where I want it, whatever, right? Like, just like if I go into a car and I press this push to start, it's right there. It's right in
So
front of me,
funny,
right there.
funny that you actually do mention that now, because I don't know if you know what I actually do for a job. I work for Drive Test.
No, I didn't know that.
I work for Drive Test, so I'm a driver examiner. I'm the person that sits in the seat
No,
and gives people a G2 or a G
dude, that's
license.
amazing.
So I have actually noticed that the push to start now is they're putting it in so many different places in vehicles.
Yeah. And how,
Volkswagens, you'll see it down near a gear shift, like on the bottom there. Like certain ones, you'll see it like where it usually goes, like in a key spot. Like it's crazy. I've seen some. I think one random one was like on the dash, like right at the front dash. Like
yeah.
what?
And I think in a way, like that could be potentially like a design fail if like that user gets frustrated. Like maybe it wastes
Oh,
3 seconds every day, but when you buy a new car, you're like, I'm not going to buy the fucking thing that has the annoying button. That might be like the
yeah,
most minor thing, but if the company's not listening to the users, then I think that they should suffer the consequences of like losing business because
exactly. Yeah.
that should matter, right? Like
And it's one of those things, especially like the ignition start thing too. It's not something you notice when you go to buy the car either, right? Like, yeah, I guess
notice
you take it for a
like
test drive,
yeah, bells and
right? But
whistles,
like,
but you don't notice the intuitive. How does it feel when the guy's not beside you, right? Like
yeah,
yeah, no, it's fun. It's
yeah.
like I said, I've actually really enjoyed like just getting into it because like I've been a stay-at-home dad for like 3.5, 4 years now, and absolutely
Mhm.
loved every bit of that. But like near the end of my journey, I was like, okay, I'm ready for the next thing. You know, like it's just tired and having a mental wall up about just feeling like I'm my own person sometimes. And so
Yeah.
loved it. But like, I feel like we're in a great place now where I'm like in school, my daughters are in daycare, they're happy, they're stimulated and like, doing that. And my wife's working she has a new job and she loves that. And she's in tech too. So she is like really into what I'm doing right now. And like,
Okay.
so yeah. So she's helping me just kind of like talking about it and going through that. So yeah, it's been really fun challenge, and the goal at the end of the year hopefully is to, or at the end of the semester, which will be like 8 or 9 months, is to get a job. So
Hey, that's
that'd be
one step at a
great.
time, right? That'd be
Yeah.
great.
I could yell at people driving if you guys need anyone in Ottawa.
I'm sure they do hire out there all the time. It's it's an
Is there?
interesting job.
Yeah, do you like
It's
it?
for the most part, man. We meet a lot of really cool people. A lot of people have some interesting stories. You do get the odd test where, the people are pulling it in front of a transport truck or running a
Do you
red
you have to like
light or
correct people like pretty quickly?
yeah. Oh yeah, I've learned to take control of a vehicle from the passenger seat. So
Yeah,
like a lot of the time I do have a driving school, so I have a break for the most part, but sometimes a break's even not even that going to help you that much, especially if you're like on a highway where you can't slam a brake.
yeah. You gotta like, you have to be pretty aware of like who's behind you, who's to your left. What
Yeah.
maneuver could I do if they do this, which they might do because they're new? Yeah.
So it's made me a reactive driver. It's like I know I don't have to overthink anything. I know how to react if something's happening, even from a passenger seat. Like I've had cases driving with my wife even where like it's not even that someone's doing something that's not her fault, but like she's gonna go over, someone races and you gotta grab the wheel and stop it. It's a thing that you can never ever turn off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty
It's
interesting, man.
it's an interesting job.
I could
That's for
see
sure.
some days being like really mentally draining
Yeah.
when you're
The
just like,
days you get a
you
lot of
just don't get
fails.
listened to and you're just like, fuck, man, oh my God. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
that just
Exactly.
drained me. Yeah. Oh, dude, I can't.
Yeah, and then it's funny, right? You come home and like as you know, being a dad, right? Like you come home and then it's like, okay, now
Play
I'm
with
dad
me, play
mode
with
and
me. You're like, okay,
yeah,
give me a
dad
sec.
mode and like
Yeah, my
8 o'clock hits
brain's
and
healing. Yeah.
yeah, 8 o'clock hits and then you just feel wired after at night though, because it's like, okay, I'm so go all day, and then it's like, okay, now I gotta unwind myself and not
Yeah,
be like so overstimulated,
a
basically.
nice joint does that for me.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, I can like chill, do a few things, and then go to bed. Like I don't need to, because I used
yeah,
to be like that where
exactly.
I would be so like overly ambitious in my like off hours because I had to do things and had to like record, or like
Mhm.
I had no time. And like, man, I every time I did that, it's like great for a little bit, and then it just leads to like this insane burnout where I'm not present in any part of my life because I'm just tired. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm just trying to get anything done for myself.
exactly. Yeah,
So I've really learned
exactly.
to just like ease off, just accept the phase I'm in. If my kids want attention, then they get attention. Like I don't
Yeah,
fight it. I'm
kids
not like, I
first.
don't need to record right now. I'm just gonna be with my
Yeah,
kid and be present. And then when I have that time, then it's like amazing because I get to like
exactly.
do something for
Well, because
myself
then you
too.
know what you wanna get done at that time, because you know you don't get all that free time, so you're like, "Okay, I know what I need to get done. This is all my ideas I was able to grasp, right? Get it done."
Like even tomorrow, I know that I have to like do a bunch of schoolwork and I have to probably get my assignment done that's due Monday. Like I have two
Yeah.
assignments due Monday that I know I probably have to get done tomorrow because I know my wife's going to Toronto Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday for work. So I'm going to be basically with the girls by myself, which is fine. Like it is what it
Yeah.
is. But then it's going to be like, okay, well, that's going to take a little more energy from me. And then at the
Yeah.
end of that day, am I going to have energy to like get my schoolwork done at 8 to 11? And then I got to wake up the next day at 5 and that catches up to you quick too, right? So like,
Oh yeah.
it's
Yeah.
super important to try to stay ahead of things if you can.
Yeah. Toddlers don't necessarily like sleeping in, right?
Mike, I don't know when that's gonna end, but like, yeah, maybe when my
Oh,
2-year-old is a little older, because my 4-year-old will like, she'll stay in bed with her mom for like till like, I don't know, 7:30 if she could, you know. But she gets up because like my 2-year-old will whine, and then I'll get up, go get her, and then she'll be like, I want to see mommy. So like, okay. So I sneak in her into bed to let her snuggle her mommy for like 2 minutes.
yeah.
Because if not, she'll be upset. And I'm like, whatever, we just want to like get this day rolling smoothly. So my wife will snuggle her for a bit. They look adorable. And then my other daughter starts being like, I want to get up. I want to watch Peppa Pig. And they start talking about what shows they want to watch. And I'm like, okay, like chill. Like, so then I get her, go downstairs. Alessia, who's the 4-year-old, will like probably join us within like 5 or 10 minutes. And it's like 5:45 or 6 at this point. And then I'm just like, oh my God. Like by the time that I get them ready for school, make them breakfast and
Jeez.
everything, get them to school, I get home, it's like 9:30. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta pick up my daughter at like, or my wife picks her up usually, but I gotta be with her after like 3 because her school ends. So it seems
Yeah.
like I have all day, but really when I dissect it, I'm like, okay, I have like 10 to 1 to really get 3 hours of schoolwork done. And then maybe I can do an assignment for an hour, and then I got to, like,
Yeah.
it's fun,
Oh,
but like you gotta be dialed in to get anything done. I
yeah,
think.
absolutely. Holy man. And then all the little time you do have, you also are a passionate card collector.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it's all that didn't take up your time.
I
You have
know.
this hobby.
Yeah, that's something that I like kind of started doing. Like when I was a kid, I used to collect like the McDonald's hockey cards, and I used to just like go
Yeah.
to hockey arenas and like put a quarter in the machine, like that machine you'd push in and
Oh
out,
yeah.
and then you'd get your like shitty prism whatever card. Like I used to just constantly be collecting cards, and then I
Yep.
started collecting the like Tim Hortons hockey cards, which I like loved. um I mean, honestly, I could show you like binders and binders of cards. Be waste of all of our time though. So um and recently in the past like year and a half, I started getting back into like Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon cards, and that's something I've had to like be conscious of with money, because it's like, wouldn't say it's cheap. Like a lot of them go up in value, but you gotta like kind of know the market before you just start buying shit, because some
Mm-hmm.
things you have to understand, like maybe it's something that you want to like open right away, or maybe it's something you want to hold for a little bit or sell, or like, because there's some things that are really hard to find, and then you find it in the wild, and like that you'll never be able to find this again, but at the same time that if you open it, you're probably gonna get nothing you wanted, so you're better off, if you want that card in that set, just to like go buy it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's a really fun hobby for sure, but like once again, you get carried away, and it turns into a lot of money.
I could see that. So what's your holy grail card of any card, hockey, anything that you collect for cards?
I have a few. I could probably show you. I'll show you a couple here. I have this card. One sec. All right. So, what do you want? Hockey first or Pokemon?
Let's see the Pokemon first.
Okay. So this card is this is actually a pretty sick looking card. I think it's worth like $300 right now. It's actually like doesn't really do it justice, but it has like a really
That looks
nice,
really cool.
it's got a
Yeah.
really nice texture if you look at it in the light. This one's actually really nice too. This is a Zapdos.
Okay,
This
that's
card,
cool.
if I got this graded, I think it'd probably be worth like $400 or $500. But if I get a 10 on it,
Yeah.
this is a Dragon Ball Z card that's worth like $90. Once
Jeez.
again, it's pretty sick texture. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
This one I actually won. This is a hockey one. I won this actually in Tim Hortons. It's a Stamkos jersey relic.
Oh, Dope.
So that one's pretty dope. This honestly, this might be my favorite card, legitimately. This is a one I got last year in Tim Hortons, Crosby Dynamic Debuts. I think this one sells for like 150 or 180 or something, but
Wow.
I'm actually just gonna hold it because I just love like the look of it.
Yeah,
I find
that's really
Crosby
sick.
just has like actually this one's sick too. Hold on. This one, yeah, this one, and then I'll show you one more. This is a same set, but Lemieux.
Oh, that's sick.
This one is, dude, like the lighting in this one is crazy. Like you can see that kind of like right there.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, it
Like
has this
wave.
like
Looks like
yeah,
a sick ass wave.
it has these like waves in it. So that's probably like up there too, one of my favorites. And this is probably like one of my favorite cards too. It's also a Tim Hortons card, which is really nice. But Gretzky World's Best, and it has like this
Oh, that's
nice
sick.
the world
Yeah, the
kind of
gloss.
yeah. I'd say like these cards probably. Let me think. Probably like $800 worth of cards here.
Oh
Like
shit.
nothing crazy, but you know,
Yeah.
there's some people who have like one card that's worth like $3,000. You know what I mean? Like it gets pretty crazy. But
This is one of the cooler ones I have here. This is
sick! Is that's the authentic Matthews rookie? Eh,
yeah,
nice.
that one.
That's probably worth like a decent amount right now.
To be honest, I've never even checked on what it's worth. I had this and I kept it in.
I would just keep that one
Yeah.
personally.
And then so remember the series cards when Matthews was like his first year, his rookie year with the Young Guns, and they had those giant cards in with the packs.
Yeah.
So I pulled that. That's one of the bigger Matthews.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's sick, dude. Yeah, that he looks so young there.
I know. I know. I saw that too. I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh my god! Like, oh,
where did you pull that from? A box?
Yeah.
Nice. The Young Guns,
like tin things. Yeah.
That's sick, dude. I guess I randomly will buy those at like Walmart, like very randomly because they're pretty tough like pulls, but I'll buy like the $40. They'll have them reduced randomly, like the old ones. They'll be like $60 to like 35 or whatever, and I'll buy a box just to rip it. But yeah, you've got some decent cards from that for sure.
Yeah, you can for sure get some decent ones.
Like I'm a big fan of like McKinnon cards, Matthews cards, Crosby, Stamkos, like Nylander.
Crosby ones especially now, right? Because it's like it's getting sad, man. We're getting near the tail end of Crosby's career.
I know.
And like it's like I remember watching him when he was on the World Juniors.
He was different, man. Like, yeah. He's probably
like he changed the game for everybody. Like everyone that you look at now, like they probably watched him as like a rookie.
Yeah, I have pretty high praise for Crosby. Like I legitimately think that Crosby has to be like at least in the top 5 players of all time conversation. Like I know that maybe sounds kind of crazy, but
I might even put him on the Mount Rushmore.
Like 4? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know all the like old heads are going to kill me for this, but like you got Gretzky, obviously, Lemieux. Those are the two that like you pretty much can't take them out of the top 3.
Yeah.
You got Bobby Orr.
Yeah.
But like I even think like crazy enough, I think there's already an argument that like Crosby's better than Bobby Orr. Like it's a different position, you can't really compare it.
Yeah.
But like I think people like haven't accepted that he's actually climbed past a lot of these like other.
So I wouldn't quite put him on there yet. My Mount Rushmore of all time is Gretzky, Lemieux, Orr, and Patrick Roy.
That's the thing, man, because you add goalies and it's like, yeah, and like I said, I mean, Orr is like, yeah, the best defenseman of all time. So
change the whole game for our
I
defensemen,
know
right?
you almost have to
Like,
have like a Rushmore of defensemen, a Rushmore of forwards, a Rushmore
yeah,
of goalies. Because like you could say the same thing, like you said, like you could probably make the case that like I'm trying to think of like goalies like Flurry's probably on the rush. Flurry's got to be up there, like statistically, right? Or like Carey Price would be up there on the goalie Rushmore. You'd have like
see, like the Rushmore for me though,
what's your
can you
criteria
really go back much further than like Patrick Waugh? Because
for
he changed the game, right? Waugh, Martin Roder, Hasek, like that kind of era in there.
yeah
I feel really changed goaltending. Because you look back in the day, it was like, don't get me wrong,
yeah
like it took talent to what they did, but like
the stand-up goalies that were letting in like low far side Gretzky slap shots, and you're like,
exactly,
I don't
right?
know,
Like on
man.
the
That
ice, a
seems
lot of the stuff
stoppable.
barely off the ice. People can. It'd be rare for a player to be able to hit a crossbar.
I think now the goalies have it so tough.
Oh
Like
god, I can imagine being a
every
goalie now.
player can go bar down like short side now.
Mhm.
Like the technology and the sticks and the talent and
The
stuff is
whipping and oh god, I couldn't
it's
even imagine
yeah.
trying to be a goalie.
I think that's the position that has actually taken like the biggest beating in the last while. Like it's so fickle. Like no one really knows like who are the top goalies. Like it's kind of every year. It's like
All Russian,
other than Hellebuck.
American, but he still
Yeah,
hasn't won anything.
I know. Yeah, true. Right? Because then in the playoffs,
So
he's kind of a little
I'm pretty
disappointed.
sure the last American-born goalie to win the Stanley Cup was Jonathan Quick.
Really,
There's been a couple
Tim
Canadians, like
Thomas.
Grubauer and Aiden Hill are Canadian.
Tim Thomas.
Tim Thomas.
Was he before the Kings? No, he was.
He was before the Kings, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And most of the goalies have been Russian.
Bobrovsky's, yeah.
Holtby
Fleury's
was Canadian when, yeah, Fleury's Canadian.
Yeah, not true. I never thought of that actually.
Yeah, most of them have been Russian Canadian. Like American are getting good. They're getting really good at position but when it all comes down, then when it matters is
The Russians are
right?
mentally like
Oh, yeah.
they just
That's what
nothing
I
phases them, so they
honestly
just
think.
make great goalies.
I wouldn't be surprised if that Artur Achenkov is the goalie of the future for the Leafs.
Yeah, you think so?
I would not be surprised. Just the future's like it just seems like it's been Russian forever, right? And the way they develop goalies, they put so much work into developing goalies.
Well, I'm down for whoever steps up to be the number one guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully everything's good with Wall, but who knows? Who knows what that's about.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he'll get the piece and whatever he needs, right? Go and deal with family shit and
Exactly. Yeah,
hopefully.
come back, folks. Because I'm sure he knows he's got to deal with whatever he's got to deal with, and you can't perform when you have something like that on your mind, right? Like, especially in like a mentally focused position where that can crumble at any point. Like,
yeah, exactly, man.
That's the tough part with goalies is like optically you could have like a bad run and that could like almost ruin your entire career because you weren't focused for a few months, maybe, you know, like it's
exactly
crazy, man.
Well, look at Grubauer.
He was on Washington
Cup
for a while.
I think so, but he won the Stanley Cup with Colorado, right? And then he's phased out.
Yeah, because
he's on Seattle, and he went to Seattle, and he just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, because maybe he also just thrived in a certain system. I also think some goalies just got lucky with like a stacked team that just like made them look great. Like that Colorado team was so stacked, like they weren't getting outscored.
Yeah,
on any night they were just like they had so much firepower.
Oh, yeah.
Like
God, look at Kadri,
McKinnon,
like an unreal
Landeskog, Makar, like Jesus, Rantanen.
I was just gonna say, Rantanen.
They had a crazy offensive team, man. Like
Yeah, that
no one would.
actually performed in the play, that showed up in the playoffs. I wonder what that's
Yeah,
like.
ooh, I don't know. Wouldn't know. Yeah, like look, what were their forwards in that? Like, I bet you they had one or two series where like their guys probably put up like 10 to 12 or
Oh,
13
even
points, right?
what's his
Like
name? Nishkushkin was playing incredible that run too.
another great Russian.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
just
No, I think
insane.
yeah. Toronto's got a lot to prove for sure.
Yeah, hopefully. So we'll leave off. What's a Toronto prediction for the year? Where playoffs or no playoffs?
Oh, I think playoffs is like I think playoffs 100%. Like they're going to make the playoffs.
Round one win.
Yeah, I'll put it down on paper. Round one win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love for them to play the Sens again. That would be exciting. Because
I
the
think
hate
around
would
two. I
be
think around two Sens would
a
be
round two
even better.
Sens win would be so heartbreaking for
You know
or
why I want to see a
loss.
know why I want to see a round two Sens? Because I want to see a round one Sens Montreal.
I would
Bring me
watch the
that.
fuck out of that series.
Oh, bro, bring me that. I would
Yeah.
watch the fuck out of Twitter just for that
That's what
thing.
I think. That's what I think. Like I love about the rivalries is like I don't know about you, but like when Toronto loses, like I actually kind of like I'll follow along and watch highlights, but I'm
Yeah,
so uninvested in the emotion of it now that I'm like
yeah. I
I'm
don't
just
care.
I
I want
can't
to watch good
I don't give a
hockey.
shit. I
Yeah,
don't want to. Yeah, I was like
good hockey.
I'm so invested in it. I want to watch good hockey, and that's my next thing. Is I just want to watch
Yeah,
good hockey and guys beat each other up. I don't care
that's
about
the
like
best thing about the playoffs. It's great fucking hockey.
the
Right?
best thing
Like,
is when Toronto's out and then you get to like remove your heart from it and start just like watching.
pissing both fan bases off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
What's your prediction this year? Playoffs?
I think. Yeah, I think they will make the playoffs.
Okay.
I I have a funny feeling. I think we're going to see a new Matthews in the playoffs too. I think Matthews is going to put this team on his back, and I think he's going to drag those boys through it. I don't know. I don't want to make accusations with the whole Marner thing. I seen relief out of those guys with interviews and everything.
I think they're fine without him, honestly.
I do. I think they're gonna. I think it's this is life after Marner. I think we're focusing too much on who's going to replace Marner. Like who's going to replace that production where we shouldn't be thinking like that. I think of what are we going to try that's new instead of Marner.
I really,
That's what I think we got to get in a mindset of.
yeah, I really, really hate when people like say, well, how are you going to replace Marner? I'm like, how has any team won without a Marner in the past 10 years?
Yeah.
That's how you're going to replace Marner.
Yeah.
With structure and like guys buying in and trying to
Or a
fill the
guy that's
bottom
gotten
six
more than
in, like
3 points in games 5, 6, and 7.
we can't keep ignoring that those games are really crucial. And like, I'm sorry, but like we saw this year, like Rantanen put the team on his back and get them through those big games, put up big fucking games, hat tricks and 2 goals and whatever, right? We've
And the
seen,
guy who got $12 million too for this year as well.
yeah,
Exact same
exactly.
amount of money.
100%. And we've seen it. Like, I just want to see them like really want it. Because you know what's funny is Florida probably could have won without Matthew Tkachuk when you really think about it. Like he wasn't that much of a factor
This year, no.
because they had
Last
a
year,
whole
the first cup,
yeah,
I
yeah.
would be like, "Oh God,
No,
he was
for
incredible
sure.
on that run." But yeah, he was playing so hurt.
No, he's like I honestly like I'm gonna throw this out there for Sens fans. This is a freebie for you guys. I really like Brady Tkachuk.
Oh,
But I'm
I
not
would take Brady Tkachuk on the Leafs in a second.
like Brady Tkachuk instead of Matthew Nyes, and Matthew Nyes going down to the second line would be like the best first line in the league,
Yeah.
probably.
Oh my God, man!
But at the
Brady
same, but
Tkachuk and Matthew Nyes on the same team is just a headache.
that would be yeah, exactly. So once again, how do you replace Marner? Would you not trade like people called me crazy for suggesting this? Would you not trade like Marner for Brady Tkachuk, because at the end of the day, you get cap space, you get a different type of player, and Toronto doesn't
Mhm.
need a Mitch Marner. They have enough talent and skill. Like they need
There's
guys
only
who
one
can
puck,
like
and
that's the
there's only
thing,
one
right?
puck.
Literally. And like everyone calls you crazy for saying this, but it's like look at what other teams are doing. The reason, like I was gonna say why I don't think Florida needed Tkachuk this year that as much. I mean, he's still a stud, but like their whole team buys in. They all know what's happening. Seth Jones knows where to be. Ekblad knows where to be. They don't try to do anything outside of that scope. So they're okay with just Seth Jones is okay with putting up like a 6-point series, or maybe he did more than that, but like he's not trying to be more than just a pain in the ass.
Mhm.
Get in, get out there, get off, get out there, get off, and just keep running them down, right? Because at some point, like they just send one guy in and you're not getting past them. Like they're just shutting you down. They also have Reinhardt and like these other skilled guys, right? But the difference is those guys also play
They
with a
buy into
bit
a
of an
system.
edge and they buy into the system. And like that's once again all anyone is saying is like Toronto just needs to like buy into a system, play like get some bottom six guys that can actually contribute, because at the end of the day you're going to need like these guys to score in the playoffs, because when
Mhm.
Matthews has a couple games where he maybe dries up and then he comes back the next game hot, you need to still get one of those wins. And
Yeah,
right, you can't lose both now because he had two okay games, like
exactly.
so I think it's really crucial that they just hopefully keep buying into that system. Hopefully the D, because they looked great last year, I thought, which
Mhm.
is
Oh,
funny
they look
because
great defensively. Yep.
every other year we'd saying, oh, they need D, and then they finally had a great D core last year, and then
Trying to trade Carlo all summer.
I don't know why, but I love
Yeah,
Carlo.
I know. I like him
You
too.
better be getting something
Especially
good
when
back for him. He's good.
yeah.
But yeah, no. Anyway, I don't know. I honestly think, yeah, I have a good feeling, but I could also like I wouldn't be surprised if they like don't do that and then they just make more changes next year. It's like, all right, well, didn't work out. And let's kind of regroup a little bit here. So
Exactly.
but I'm optimistic. Like I do think that Matthews gets going and the whole team will buy in. I could see
Yep.
them like doing some serious damage.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, man.
So your socials. Let everyone know where they can find you. I will put it in the description. I'll get you to send
Yeah.
some of your comedy, your comedy stuff. We'll link your music stuff. You're on Spotify.
Yeah, actually, great timing because I have a song coming out. What day is it coming out? On the 1st of October.
Okay, definitely.
So yeah, I'll try to get you the link to my Spotify and stuff. And my
Yeah.
my music accounts are called at Pauly Want Acoustic. My
Okay.
Instagram and TikTok. So it's at Pauly Want Acoustic. My comedy stuff is at All Downhill Comedy.
Okay.
That's on
And that's
TikTok,
on.
Instagram. Yeah, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Those are all, and that's the same with the music stuff. All Pauly Want Acoustic.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know if I have any
Definitely.
other.
Yeah. Let me know. See if you can get me some links for that. I'll put
Yeah,
everything
for
in the
sure.
description. I'll throw. You can find them on Twitter too. I'll
Yeah,
throw
absolutely.
Twitter on in the description. Make sure you guys check that out. I want to thank everyone for dropping in. Pauly, much appreciated, man. It was an hour and 40 minutes that you gave me, and that is, as a dad, I know how much precious our time is. So
Oh,
I
dude, don't
want to
worry.
thank you for all your time, man. I
Of course.
really appreciate this. This is a great conversation, man.
Yeah,
Great
dude, I had a great
getting to
time.
know you on a deeper level as well, man. Thank you
Yeah,
so
you
much for
too.
coming on.
Great podcast, and let me know like how I can support it or how I can help, man.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much. And we will check everyone out at the next one. Thank you, everybody. And again, a huge shout out to Pauly for joining me on episode number 3. It means a whole lot to see it. Guys, check out his music. Seriously, he's incredibly talented musician. Make sure you check it out. He's got a great voice. I think you guys are really going to like him. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. If you're on Spotify, leave us a review. Leave a comment on the episode, leave a review for us. We'd love to hear all your comments. Let us know, is there anyone that you would like to get on the show? Is there any type of guest, anyone in any type of profession? Let me know in the comments below, guys. I will definitely get back to you on that. I'm definitely interested to see who you guys want to get to know. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. It means a lot to me, and I couldn't do it without you guys. Anyway, thank you. Bye. Well, that's the end of the road for today's episode of Dusty Roads. Thanks for riding along and sharing the journey. If you dug the conversation, make sure to hit the follow button, drop a review, and share it with someone who loves a good story. You never know where the next road leads, but I promise it's going to be one hell of a ride. Until next time, keep your wheels steady and your stories dusty.